the Funeral Portrait. They dropped their new album, Greetings from Suffocate City. Been waiting a long time for this one. You know, Glory's the one that that told me about this band when she saw them at the last Silver Scream Con, and we've been covering them since You're So Ugly When You Cry. Although there are singles that go so much further back.
They've been rolling this shit out for a while.
Been doing this for a long time. So I wish we could say since the beginning of the album cycle, but we just that was when things finally started to pick up steam, and in terms of the album finally getting rolled out. So with that being said, the album is fucking awesome. It was well worth the wait. Granted, I only had to wait a year. We weren't waiting like everyone else. Yeah, we kind of cut in line. Yeah, there were fans that have been waiting a lot longer than we have, but well worth the year-long wait. I think it's incredibly solid front to back. You know, Suffocate City with Spencer as the opener, just obvious. It's like the no-brainer opener. And then, you know, Hearse for Two kind of closing it off is really is a solid closer as well. I you know, I like, you know, there's plenty of big sounding songs throughout the album, and then, you know, they've got the slower more mellow vibes towards the end of the album, so it kind of rides this big wave, and then you slowly start to descend, is what I kind of picked up from the album. But overall, I very, very much enjoyed it. A big Funeral Portrait fan.
Yeah, damn right. So I feel like I owe my best friend Kaylin. Shout out Kaylin. She's like I won't say the biggest Funeral Portrait fan. She's very
normal about them.
Yeah, she's close friends with them, so she was very excited for me to listen to this record, review it. So I'm gonna do my bestest at this. So I listened to this. I'm rolling up my sleeves. It's getting serious. So I listened to this last night on my way home from fucking Massachusetts. The entire weekend, though, throughout the convention, I've basically heard the whole album. Like, whether it was my friends playing it on the car right there, at the Airbnb, or at the actual convention, I've basically heard the entire record like 5 times. And it wasn't on purpose. It was just like, oh, we're playing the Funeral Portrait? Okay, cool. Like, all right, sure, cool. Can anyone play Don Broco? No? Okay, that's fine. I did convert 2 of my friends into Don Broco fans. That's whatever. That's whatever. So starting off, Suffocate City, the opener. Damn, the opener. I think it is a great opener. I think it's basically the same thing that it's basically what Ink did with Welcome to Horrorwood, where it's kind of just like welcome to Suffocate City. But let's get this show started. Let's get this shit started. Great choice. Spencer, it's good. I do like his feature on there. So that's great. Blood Mother is okay. I know it's her favorite, and that's also a fan favorite. I'm pretty sure it was a single. I think it's a good song. It's definitely on the slower side, kind of more regular rock sounding, which is fine. I think it's great. I love Lee's vocals, just all on this record. I think he's an incredible vocalist. It stands out from the crowd. And also just him as a person is really fucking cool. Doom and Gloom is really fucking good. That is my personal favorite off the record. It caught me off guard. It's a little more upbeat. It's closer to kind of like the music that I listen to. Obviously not metalcore rap, but it's kind of leaning closer to just more upbeat. Holy Water was good. I enjoyed it a lot. Again, it went immediately after Doom and Gloom, so I went from this massive high of, oh my god, this song is so fucking good, to this is good. This is good. I like it. Dark Thoughts, featuring Danny Warsnop from Asking Alexandria, I think, was good. Dark Thoughts was originally a standalone single. I don't think it was originally involved with the rollout. It was before Greetings from Suffocate City was announced. And it did not have Danny featured on it. I've heard both versions. I do prefer the one without Danny because I think Lee's vocals are so big and so it's hard to kind of put him next to someone else because he has just such standout vocals that it sounds like everyone else is kind of just like phoning it in next to him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I would like to say that the two songs on here that were standalone without features on them that now have features on them, yeah. I prefer the standalone songs, which are Voodoo Doll and Dark Thoughts. I just like, I wasn't a huge fan of Danny's feature. I don't mind Eva Under Fire's feature. I think that she makes more sense on Voodoo Doll than Danny made on Dark Thoughts. But your point to Lee's vocals, I think he crushes it on his own. That there is no need for a feature. But the songs that already had features on them, I think that those features make sense because they were already there to begin with.
They were already there. Yeah. They were made with it in mind instead of kind of just tagging it on. Then after Dark Thoughts, which again, great. I just prefer the version without Danny. You're So Ugly When You Cry, second best song on the record. Almost maybe first. I don't know if we're not considering singles. The other one that I mentioned, Doom and Gloom. If we are considering singles, You're So Ugly When You Cry is the best one. I fucking love Burt McCracken. Burt, you're so fucking good. This song is incredible. He matches the energy perfectly because you could tell that he was brought into the process and the song was formed with him in mind. Or maybe it wasn't and it just turned out better. Chernobyl is really good. I think it's a nice little ass shaker. I think it's a really good song. I want more time with it. Dopamine is good. I enjoyed it a lot. Again, it's just kind of like the massive high of You're So Ugly When You Cry. It's just like, it's so hard for my brain to go, why not just listen to that again? This isn't You're So Ugly When You Cry. Well, I'll just go listen to that again. Voodoo Doll, as you said already, it was another single that was released before the announcement of the album, so it was kind of a standalone for a minute. I think it's great. I think it's an incredible song. It's a very deeply personal, sad song, but I'm not the biggest fan of the feature. I think Eva is a great vocalist. I think it's a great feature. I think she sounds incredible. But if I did have to pick, I would choose the original because, again, Lee's vocals are just so there. It's his it's his fucking band. Like not it's his band, like fucking another band, but it is his vocals. That's him.
Yeah.
Eve Under Fire was a great, addition though, but I do prefer the original. Happier Than You was great. Alien, not my favorite. I'm gonna be real, not the biggest fan of that song.
Yeah.
Generation Psycho is fun. Stay Weird. I didn't think I was gonna like it because it sounded respectful, a little cringy. It reminds me of kind of like that early 2000s, early 2010s, I'd say, where it's kind of like the fucking mustache thing. And it's like, I'm quirky and I'm weird and it's good to be weird, which I mean, it is and all that shit. But I was just kind of like, please don't be fucking cringy and shit. And sound-wise, not my favorite. Lyric-wise, I like it a lot. I think it's very cute. And I mean, because of what the band represents and kind of their whole message, I think it does make sense for them to have a song like this.
Yeah.
So in the context of that, it makes sense, and I shouldn't have been surprised that they had a song called Stay Weird on there. It was just kind of like we'll see. It's good. Hers for Two is a great closer. I thought it was really nice, and I thought it wrapped up the album very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I did enjoy this record a lot more than I thought I would. Because going into it, I was like, I don't think I've been the biggest fan of The Funeral Portrait because it's just not. It's more on the rocky side versus kind of metalcore, higher energy stuff.
Yeah.
But this record is incredible. Lyrics are incredible. And it was mixed so well. Every single song was mixed so well. I like it a lot. I really do. And I understand why everyone is really fucking with this album now because it's incredible. Yeah. Can't
top that track by track there, but
sorry.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Alien is probably my least favorite, but one thing I would like to point out, I think that the album flows great as it is, but the reason why I feel like it's this big, and it kind of peaks and then slowly starts to descend, whether or not it does sonically, because the songs are still there, and rock really, besides Alien, that kind of slows it down, and then obviously Hearst for Two, which also, you know, slows it down and closes it out. It's very front loaded, and the singles feel like singles because they have that big feeling to them, whereas the side B, it feels a little bit more like a side B, and why those songs weren't the singles.
I'm pretty sure Alien was a single, I think.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was a single. Wait.
It was. I mean, it's got 1 million streams, so that would check out.
Unless it really fucking popped off. But still, I mean, your point still stands where, it does still feel very front loaded.
Yeah, it's very front loaded, and I mean, that's obviously not to say that the B side or side B is worse in any sort of means. It's just like those are the quote unquote deep cuts of the album, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that is something I noticed. You know, to loop it back to your band, Glory, it's got that Technology by Don Broco feel to it. Where it's very front loaded, and there's absolutely bangers on the back, but it's like hard. It's almost hard to get to the back if you're when these songs in the front are so big and catchy. I just want to keep looping the front side of it. My favorite might actually be Holy Water, which I didn't expect, because I really like Suffocate City. Been hearing it a lot on Octane. It comes on the Spotify radio and things of that nature. But I like the choir bit in the song, and I think that you know, Lee's vocals throughout the record are incredible, but especially on that song, the grit in the vocals really comes through. So I like that song, but as I said, also Suffocate City, and I like Dark Thoughts, feature or not. I think that it's a solid song. Again, I like Lee's vocals on there. The little like twang that he has in his voice on that song scratches my brain just the right way. But overall, I think the entire album rocks, and I'm a big fan of it.
Damn right. Me too, brother.